It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Swaggy. Why are you spending it with me? That explains the cake, though. Somebody passed you on bits? Yeah. Gingerbready was, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Gingerbready. No, it's Daddy B. Oh, yeah, I remember him. You gotta get your title back. Or don't. You're still up there. I like seeing you up there. Okay, so you probably weren't here for this, Corey. This is a mess of a game that is absolutely wonderful. The idea is that I am in an alternate universe where the sentient creatures are dragons, and I'm trying to get technology from the dragons, but my partner ended up killing a few dragons. So, Swaggy, why are you like this? I mean, this character is technically a Scaly. My partner, who is helping me transport technology back to the human universe. Thank you for the bits, Corey. Welcome back to number 1. Hi, Candygram. My partner killed a few dragons, and so using all of my dragon friends that I came up with within a week, I'm gonna try to solve some things. It's good to have you be back. I hope everything's good for you. I hope everything's all right. I'm glad that your school stuff is going online because big stuff. Also, but hey, Candygram, I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad that you're working hard. Be very careful, my friend. It's been a week since dragons. Let's get back into the swing of things. Any other opinions about this plan? The plan is I'm gonna confront my partner alone, but the dragons are gonna back me up, and none of them are hopefully gonna die like they have in previous timelines. I couldn't think of anything better if I tried. Do you think you can really pull it off, Kat? I hope so. I've done like 8 streams of you. I'll have to. We better get ready then. I'll have to fetch the cuffs from the department, and Anna should get her shocker. I also have a phone call to make before I go. Yo, what's up, Swaggy? What's with the what the heck? If there's anything I can explain. Yeah, get that popcorn, boy. Eat them. Get that crunch. Oh, huh, wait, huh, huh. I got some crunch I can share. I don't want to choke on it though. I hope so, Candygram. I hope it's a good one to go get that popcorn and watch too. You got an order, Swaggy? I don't remember ordering it. Oh shit. Do you recognize the online store? Because it might be a scam. I don't know. There have been a lot of those recently. If it's something you trust, maybe you have. I don't know, you'll just have to wait 30 minutes and see what shows up at your doorstep. A phone call? Yeah, to tell Sebastian not to come in for his shift today. 'Cause Sebastian ain't gonna be there. While we waited for Bryce and Anna to return, Lorem, Adine, and Remy stayed in my apartment and made lunch for everyone. Google the number, ooh woo. After we were all reunited, Bryce showed us how to use the disposable plastic handcuffs he brought. As they were designed to even constrict an earth dragon like Bryce, they were nigh impossible to tear. Hell yeah, we got ourselves a fucking taser. Are you still the highest donator? I think so. Yes. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're gonna bring a fucking taser for my human partner as well as like handcuffs. It is you, Divine, a rare sight to behold. Hey, welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. See you in a little bit, Corey. I hope you're doing well. How's everything going in your life, Divine? And then you just pull here until they're tight enough so he won't be able to pull his wrists out. Whoops, I'm typing in the wrong chat. Got it. Does anyone need help? How about you two? No, I got it. Not written exams, woo! You don't have to worry about those, boy. You were right. It's pretty easy if you know how. Are they going to be online, or are you just not having an exam yet? All right, we've got some more time before we're leaving. Guess we can just sit around and wait. The calm before the storm. By the way, how's that investigation about me coming along, Bryce? That's not something we should talk about right now. Besides, I've been busy with the whole Riza thing, so... Written exam won't happen because of the virus. That makes sense, but a lot of the stuff is being transferred online. And are your guys' exam gonna be online as well? Or is it just canceled for sure? Of course you can't tell me anything. I suppose I won't even know when your people will suddenly decide to take me in. It'll not happen. It's gone. Dead. No exam. Hell yeah. I'm so happy to hear that, Divine. Hey, it's not my fault you violated the conditions of your suspended sentence. I'm just following protocol. I better get pardoned for doing this, or else... Or else what? I might as well go through the portal myself if I just end up getting arrested here. Just saying. If you don't want to stay here, maybe you should go right now. Hey, I'm all for helping, Kat. I just want to make sure I'm covered as well. Oral? We don't know. You doubt it, seeing how it's oral and all. Yeah, that's fair. If written's canceled, oral probably is. Heck yeah, you got that crunchy popcorn. That buttery boy. If what I've read about her is true, then maybe she shouldn't get pardoned. Yikes, drama. I thought we were all gonna go through this together, y'all. Don't believe everything you read in those tabloids. I can confirm, they don't know anything. You don't know the whole story either. Does that mean you lied under oath? Maybe I should reconsider this pardon thing. See, that's what I mean. She only cares about herself. Why is there drama between everybody? I thought we were working together for me, not to have issues in the party. My research has saved thousands of lives, if not millions. What did you ever do for the community? I volunteer at the orphanage. And what's more, I do that just to help them, not for my own gain. Why does she have to be the only one who gets something out of this? Well, all of us will probably get a medal. This isn't really the kind of discussion we should be having right now. Anna, if you lied under oath, then that's just something I can't forget. What are you gonna do about it? I'll make you a deal. You tell all of us right now what really happened back then, and then you'll have my support when it comes to being pardoned for helping Kat stop Riza. How does that sound? We don't even need her help. She can just leave, as far as I'm concerned. If I'm going, I'll take my shocker with me. Don't do that. I want to know what happened. You'd rather know and let her walk? She's already being investigated. Let the wheels of justice do their work. You're just pissy because, like, your friend died from the same cancer that she is trying to heal, and now all of a sudden her research is being vamped up to 100 because she got it as well. Like, see, Kat, I just can't catch a break with these people, even when I'm here to help you. She may walk anyway. This infraction was so tiny that she may put a spin on it that makes her look like the victim, just like last time. If she tells us what really happened, then that's something we'll always know about her, and how we can be sure she won't do anything like it again. So now you're planning to resort to blackmail? You know what? Yeah, they're all drama queens, like dragons, am I right? Do whatever the heck you want. I don't care, just make up your damn minds. I want to know. That's you! You're a drama queen, Swaggy! Wonderful. Me too. Lorem? Adine? I don't like this. Alright, let's hear it. The majority has spoken. Do I not get a vote? Alright, okay. I'm just here. It all started when I decided to look for new angles to tackle cancer. Since I occasionally worked with the police, I got a phone call that they received the victim of some sort of accident. As the victim had no family or relatives, there was no one who could object to her body being used for research purposes. Usually, this wouldn't be anything special, but she wasn't just your usual victim. She was pregnant. For me, this opened up a lot of possibilities. Usually, the council wouldn't allow fertilized eggs to be used for research, but here we were talking about a few fertilized egg cells that hadn't even formed an egg shell yet. They would have perished quickly if I hadn't noticed that she was technically pregnant. I submitted my forms to the research and started my work. Since the material was very sensitive, there wasn't really time to wait for approval, as it would have put the whole experiment aside. Experiment at risk. I know how to read things today. I just need to get that water, baby. Your Animal Crossing island? I thought you were gonna name it Alcatraz, bro. Was that a joke? Was that a prank, bro? Locke is doing alright. He's been doing a lot of late night streams, as has Alter. Alter pops in every now and then. We played Nekopara 2 recently. Even if you were here for that, that was something. That was very fun and he liked that. Alter's been just enjoying his Discord a lot as well, and that's nice. That's very nice. You could, Swaggy, but like, what, do you want to name it something cute? I respect it, but either way, I was sure the paperwork would go through. Mayhaps, Swaggy. Mayhaps you want to name it something cute? And I had other things to worry about than what some busybodies would think about my work. Swaggy, you want to name your Animal Crossing island Incel Isle? Are you kidding me, bro? If you do that, you can only have the worst villagers there. You can only have the worst villagers there. And do you really want to do that to yourself? I've thought about playing Animal Crossing, but I haven't gotten the new game yet, because I don't even have a Switch yet, and I'm just like, I've heard good things about it, but it doesn't really seem like my cup of tea. Well, Swaggy, if you put all the bad villagers, I'd say go ahead, name your island that. My approach was to tinker with the fertilized egg cell's DNA in order to create a living organism whose immune system would be strong enough to combat cancer all on its own. Once it hatched, I could make a few transplants, and a new way to fight cancer would be born. In order to ensure compatibility with myself, I spliced in some of my own DNA, enough that it would be considered a member of my own species, rather than the parents. The result of my experiment was incubated in an artificial eggshell, and then it was just a matter of time before it grew up, and we could see if the procedure was a success. For some reason or another, however, my proposal became a public matter. Proposals like mine that needed the council's approval could be seen by anyone and were open to discourse, but people usually didn't care about them unless they had some experience in the field. Not so in my case. Once the media got a hold of it, rumors ran amok about what I was gonna do. People fixated on small details and exaggerated the procedures outlined in the experiment. Self-appointed do-gooders who thrive on outrage made a smear campaign against me, and due to all the ensuing controversy, my proposal was ultimately rejected. It was already a shame that an experiment like mine, one that could help countless patients both current and future, could be shut down like this, but there was more. Some people were watching me, and they knew I was doing something in my lab. A group of council-approved scientists were going to come to my lab to discuss alternative strategies for what I was trying to do, but I knew it was partly a setup in order to check that everything that was going on in my lab was legitimate. By this point, the egg was already substantially developed. Knowing of their visit and that my experiment was now illegal, I had to get rid of it somehow. I would have smashed it if I could, but the fetus inside was already too big to make it vanish easily. In the end, I decided to leave it on someone's doorstep, disguised as an egg left by unwanting parents. Is that the spotted girl that I know? Is that fucking what's her face? That whole affair got the police department in a lot of trouble too, because it was us who gave you the material. Don't you have a single shred of decency within you? Now let's not have any arguments here. I could have done much worse than leaving it on someone's doorstep. Besides, don't expect any goodwill from me if you never showed any either. Like how the last room was here, you were trying to keep it clean. Yeah, was I? I wouldn't be surprised. I do that on and off. If I feel like I'm swearing a lot, I try to tone it down a lot. Hey, we were on your side during that whole thing, remember? I'm just saying whatever. Yeah, fair. So valid. Yes, but only because I saved your ass more times than I can count. No one, not a single person, has ever been nice to me just for the heck of it. Except for Kat. Leaving an egg on someone's doorstep is such a horrible thing to do. Like you would have done anything different in my position. I would have owned up to my mistake because I know how these children end up. How they have to grow up if they don't get adopted within a few years, doomed to be nobody's children. You spliced your own DNA, so you're basically its mother, yet you didn't hesitate to throw your child away when it became an inconvenience for you. Actually, it's more of a clone than a child. Did it even have a name? Or was it just a product for you, a failed experiment? Well, she did have a name. I even scribbled it on her eggshell before I left it. Wait a minute. Is this where things add up? The child that she has been babysitting, so you know a little bit, Corey? The child that she has been babysitting is actually Anna as a clone baby? It would have been around the same time, but... No, it can't be. What was the name? Why do you even care? They probably found her, she went to a nice family, and lived happily ever after. End of story. What was her name? Well, if you really want to know, it was Amelie. Oh, we know her! Oh, you do know her, don't you? I know her. She's been living in the orphanage all her life while you went on with yours without a care in the world. Why even that name? After the mother, I guess. Now that you mention it, I think the victim's name was a bit different. And this is where it connects that the pregnant dragon that died was actually the fucking girlfriend of Remy and the best friend of Adine. And that the child was actually the child of the victim and Remy. And she was pregnant when she died, and things are winding together. Amelia, that was it. Froze to death during a winter night, if I recall correctly. Oh. What? Remy, I never told you this, but shortly before she died, Amelia found out that she was pregnant. Welcome back! Shit's still going down. That means you... Where is she? Don't worry, Remy. She's being taken care of in the orphanage. We can go there once it's over. No, I want to go there right now. You can't go there right now! The universe is literally in peril! I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Yeah, if you're going to meet her, it'll take some preparation, and you shouldn't see her when you're like this. Besides, we should be focusing on Riza right now. Agreed. Loram, you're just like in the distance, like you are not in between any of this nonsense that's going on. Do you have anything to say, my friend? You're right. This is more important. I think it's time to go anyway. Alright, let's do this. Let's go. Shit hit the fan. Let's go. Soon, we arrived at our destination, and everyone chose their hiding places. It wasn't easy, especially since we didn't know where Riza would come from, but with a bit of scouting help from Adine, they all found suitable places eventually. And we're here! I went inside trying to remember the room the generator was in. Luckily, I had plenty of time, and when I found it, I packed it up in a cardboard box that was lying around, just as Riza had done so many times before. Then I waited. Knowledge of the various conversations we had in other timelines when we met here. I could also think about what I was going to say and what his likely response would be. I also found it interesting that this time I could be the one who was here first. After a while, I heard footsteps outside. As if on cue, I took the box with the generator and opened the door. Riza! You're here? You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk to you for so long. Where have you been all this time? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. It's weird. He is a bad guy. He is a bad guy. And I'm doing what he was doing last time because maybe if we do the same thing, he won't shoot me. That's nice. Riza walked up to me and grabbed the other end of the box. Slowly, we made our way through the building. I can't wait to get out of this place. It gives me the creeps. How so? Ever since I arrived here, a lot of weird things have happened. I don't like it. What are you talking about? Something strange is going on in this world. When I close my eyes, I see things. Things that never happened, and things that later turned out to be true. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's interesting. He's getting, like, memory mishmashing, just as everybody else who has been dealing with the time stuff has. And I didn't realize that he would have to deal with these consequences too, but that's interesting. So do you know about the timelines where you shot me multiple times? So you do. How is that possible? I don't know, Riza. I had my own reasons for coming here today. I knew now would be the best time to take the generator and leave through the portal. What about you? They aren't looking for you too, are they? No, they believe I'm on their side. Then what are you doing here? I had a feeling you'd be there. I figured it out just like you did. We can't wait for them to build us new generators. Considering they took the PDAs and generators back from you, it's more than fair that we take this as payment and be done with it. Wait a minute. What is it? Something's not right here. Yikes, okay. What? Everything's so good! How could you do this to me, Riza? Suddenly he let go of the box, making me put it down. He took a few steps back before he grabbed his gun and pointed it at me. Riza, what's wrong with you? How could you even know the time I was going to be here? Swaggy, what's up? You getting my attention like that? Because of the fireworks. We both know they give us the perfect cover to do this now. No, that's not it. You're having a kimchi burger. How is that? Is that tasty? Like, what are your thoughts? Tell me about it. Also, so I don't have to Google what is kimchi. Swaggy, what's kimchi? Is good. We've both been here before. I remember us carrying out that box together, and that time, you killed me with my own gun. Fermented cabbage. You had like, is it like the cabbage stuffed down into the shape of like a patty? Is it like a fermented cabbage kimchi patty? Or is it like a burger with kimchi on it? Basically. It sounds fairly tasty. I'd probably try that at least once. Riza, what are you talking about? It's all coming back to me now. There's not been a single time where you actually wanted to help me. Damn, who thought that the time traveling stuff would do this? The girl with the mask, where is she? Oh, fuck. Riza turned around just in time to see the administrator tackle him to the ground. I ran towards them, but in their scuffle, a few gunshots unloaded. The telltale hiss of the generator sounded through the hallway. I turned around and ran towards the exit while both Riza and the administrator scrambled to their feet and followed me. When we were all outside, I was swept off my feet as the generator exploded. Recovering from the fall, I looked up only to see Riza running towards the portal and the fireworks. Yay, Adine! Suddenly Adine swooped in from behind and collided with Riza. He stumbled and fell to the ground while Adine regained her balance and ascended, attempting a circle to face him again. No, he's got the gun! Yay, Maverick! Riza stood up and raised his gun at her, when Maverick suddenly pounced out of nowhere and pinned him to the ground. Rice was running towards them when Riza looked at Maverick looked at Riza, growling. Don't kill him, Maverick. And why not? After what he's done to you, you're not letting him off the hook that easily, are you? Let me cuff him. Go ahead. We got him, boys! We got him! That's a new sprite! Yeah, boy! Like if you... Beastars is good. I've been wanting to watch Beastars. I've been wanting to. I like the art and the idea and the art. When I arrived, Riza was already secured and ready to go. He spotted me, his face contorting with anger. You! How could you do this to me? To everyone? You have no idea what I had to do to get here. To get this close of bringing the generator home and to our people. If you'd only helped me instead of them, we could have done it too. Where were you when that bastard of a dragon bit me? When I couldn't do anything but lie around in pain the whole day with a festering wound, huh? Or when I waited for you at the portal a week ago, ready to leave with parts I stole to repair it. When I shot my gun a few times, hoping you'd hear it so we could escape together. I risked everything when I waited for you. Maverick nearly got me that time too. I could have left without you if I wanted. I had everything I needed, but I didn't want to just leave you behind. You say this now, but there are timelines when you've shot me? Slut! Should I shut him up? No, let him talk. You said we would do anything, that together we could save humanity. All those teleportations messing with our heads. Don't you remember our plan? I never forgot about our plan, Riza. I just wanted the dragons to be part of it too. What are you gonna do now, huh? You'll see. Humanity's going to be fine, and so are you. Take him away, Bryce. I just want to know one thing. Who really sabotaged the portal? That was me. I knew it was Riza who was stealing the generators, so the least I could do was prevent him from sending them to humanity and escaping through the portal. As long as it didn't run, he could never completely get away from us. Say it. You were right about nearly everything, Maverick. Just not about Cat. Still, it took an extraordinary amount of bravery and courage to do what you did. Who knows how all this would have turned out if it wasn't for you. It feels so strange to me now, but it's just like I had to follow Riza, that I even knew where to go and where I'd find him. I followed my intuition, but the longer I kept pursuing him, the more I thought I was going crazy, and that it might mean my end if I decided to go down this path. Maybe that wasn't just your intuition. Come on, do you want to help me show Riza his new cell? It would be my pleasure. Bye, you three. Just as they went off with Riza, I saw Remy and Lorm approaching. Hey guys! Hey, it's the administrator, and it's not me. Izumi was... Yeah, the music kicked up because shit going down. This is like the resolution. We're probably gonna save the world now, and that's awesome. Izumi was leaning against Remy while they walked up to us together, her overalls bearing a large red stain in the center. She's blonde this time. She needs help fast. I tried to give her some first aid, but I don't think it did much. Based on these wounds, I'm not sure if anyone can help her now. She's right. I won't be around much longer, and there are still things I need to tell and show you, Cat. Maybe I could carry you? No, we have to go alone. Alright, can you all wait for me here? Sure. Please just don't start arguing again. There would be no point now that we've stopped Riza. It's all good. She actually managed to convince Maverick not to kill him. Ex-boyfriend, and he still listens to me. Isn't that funny? I could tell you about Amelie while we wait. That would be lovely. I skipped that real quick. Whoops. Well, Izumi, what are you showing me in this suspicious dark forest? Izumi led the way as we walked through unfamiliar territory. Maybe I should start by telling you that music's gone, shit going down, we taken things seriously. Maybe I should start by telling you that I haven't been exactly truthful with you. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's fine. Shout out to all your real-life friends who forgot my birthday. Honestly, like, you're so valid, Swaggy, because same. It's usually people that are close to me, people that I've told recently. Yeah. So, like, you valid. High five from me to you, my friend. Big mood. Corey is in. Three-way high five. Still, now that we are here, I think I should tell you everything. Tell me. When I was accidentally sent back in time, I wasn't alone. What are you talking about? This is what internet friends are for. Yeah, because if you type out the birthday, they can remember the number easy. Did you really think a single person could have accomplished everything I told you about and single-handedly figure out time travel along the way? Sad music. It's twangy. We were an elite team sent to break new ground. There were 4 of us. Heinz Foreman, geneticist and project lead. Old man. Oh, she cute. Sybil Thomas, behavior specialist. Francois Bordelon, military advisor. And lastly me, Otomo Izumi, engineer and maintenance crew. Oh, look at them, they're colored. This is the kind of job that is so top secret that I wouldn't be surprised if we were all killed after we hand over the data. Good thing we're not expendable, huh? You think they're sending us in the middle of nowhere without seeing us as expendable? People, please. First of all, you were briefed about this, so you should already know what your duties will be. I'm sure you are all well qualified to perform as expected, but let's get to what this project is really about. Does anyone want to make a guess? Since I am here, it can only mean something with military applications. Good guess. Miss Thomas? Does it have anything to do with PTSD, perchance? Not quite. How about you, Miss Otomo? I have no idea. Just get to the point, please. Let me sum this up in one sentence. Intelligent, trainable bioweapons as low-cost alternative to mechanized weaponry in developing countries. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, this conundrum we find ourselves in might actually work out in our favor. Since we are outside of any jurisdiction now, that means we can do whatever we want during this little project of ours. Just think of the opportunities. Humans always be trying to kill each other, whether with machines or dinosaurs that they are, like, hypergenetically modifying to make themselves into weapons. But hi, Pasta, happy Friday! This isn't the art stream, but I'm glad that you can make it to this stream. I figured you knew that just general Friday stream, wahoo, and so I'm happy to see you. I'm doing very well, thank you. I've had a good day. It's nice and sunny. How's your day? You intend to utilize human DNA in this project, don't you? You forgot the most boring meeting. Oh yikes, was it a work meeting? How did that go? Was it like one that you had to like Skype into? I'm in the list. Yeah, boy. WebEx? But yeah, it was a boring work meeting. You so valid, you being responsible, boy. Maybe 20 words during the entire thing. That's how meetings be, I suppose. Over an hour and a half, oof, yikes. Me at my staff meetings, to be honest. I thought they would do that anyway and pay off whichever country we'd find ourselves in. Yes, but now we won't even have to do that anymore. It will take me a while to repair all the damage and reestablish communications with the company. Until then, we're kinda stuck here. Sort of. I'm just sort of in my room. Which, I mean, yes. Our workplace had us take an obligatory week off in order to self-quarantine and stuff, so yeehaw. Who says we need to wait until then? I don't know. I don't think they'd like it if we just went ahead with the project before they even know what happened to us. Just a week, yeah. I might take more depending on how I'm feeling about it all. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. That's how you end up in jail. What else are we supposed to do while we're here? If worst comes to worst, we can just destroy the results. Heck, if this works out, we're the only ones who have a portal into the past like this. It could be only the first of many incredible opportunities. Think about all the animals we could use, the raw materials and plants, even the atmosphere. I can already smell all the rare gases here that we could harvest. Tell you Super Seers probably should be out until at least May. It's not always possible. Honestly, yeah. It feels like it's just gonna get a little bit worse with each passing month, so... Do what you gotta do, but sometimes you can't. I think that's just the ventilation system being wonky. I haven't had the time to adjust it yet. You're only thinking about the company, but what about us? Already thinking about mutiny? I think that would be a bad idea. I thought our salary already contained an internal loyalty and silence bonus. That's the thing with greed. People always crave more, regardless of how much they already have. All this discussion is pointless. I'm the team lead, and I decide we do this. As long as you take responsibility if there are any troubles. I know what the company wants, and I say this will make them more than just happy. In a few years, you will thank me for this. Trust me. If you say so. If we're gonna make bioweapons, what animals would we have based them on if we didn't end up here? The great thing is we don't have to choose. We already have technology that does all that for us. We just need to provide the samples, and based on our criteria, we get a customized genome that fits our purpose as best as possible. And you want to give them human intelligence? Wada. Why wouldn't we give them as much intelligence as we can? If they can think too advanced, too abstract, don't you think they might start to have independent thoughts? How are you going to control them? Meet Giorno. I thought that said Glormo, and I was like, what the heck is a Glormo, Swaggy? Meet Giorno. Oh, this game be dark, boy. It be dark. But this is all in the past. Luckily, we can change. That's what Miss Thomas and Miss Bordelon are here for. With the right training, it shouldn't be an issue. Besides, you know that most human soldiers are obedient, right? I suppose so. How do we know this is going to work with dinosaur DNA as well? We will find out soon enough. Should we? That is not a question we ask at this company. You should know that by now. Have you never seen Jurassic Park? Bye, Corey. It was very nice seeing you. Thank you for popping in. I'm very happy that I could catch up a little. Congratulations on being #1 bit giver again. It's very awesome. It was very nice to see you. I hope you're having a good time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good weekend, friend. If you want to see Jurassic Park, you only need to open that door. You will soon find that all your concerns are unfounded, and I'll show you why. But first, let me talk about abilities. Now that we have, you're not #1 in anything. Aw, Pasta, you were #1 gift giver, and I feel like in your heart of hearts you still are. We should be able to find even better alternatives to what we've been planning. What abilities would those be? Flight, armor, fire, to name a few. I get you, you valid. #1 broke. Oh, that's a mood. That's a fucking mood, boy. All at once? That sounds an awful lot like dragons. Dragons are scary, aren't they? This could even be a psychological component. To be fair, getting all of those into the same species could be complicated. You think you can do something nature couldn't? That's why we're here. What animal is the fire ability based on? The Bombardier beetle. We're gonna make the mechanism safer and easier to control, though. Shit like this going on now, right now. Wouldn't be surprised, got those top secret government stuffs working. Big oof. Alright, so we're going to combine animal strengths with higher cognitive abilities, but how are you going to prevent others from stealing the genome? Backyard breeders could be a problem. A very good question. Trying to make giant flaming salamanders. Oh, hell yeah. As long as they, bring them out to the public, because that'd be awesome, Pasta. Giant flaming salamanders. I really like that. A very good question. There are a number of safeguards we're going to introduce to prevent any unauthorized copying of our product. Firstly, there is the genome itself. Raising these creatures from infancy to a point where they become usable for their purpose will take some time. Since we are going to do this ourselves, we have a unique blend of hormones to make them reach this stage fairly quickly. Making them grow up naturally is something that will take so much time and resources as to become unviable by anyone who'd want to go down that route. With us, they can be combat ready in months instead of years. Secondly, all creatures will be equipped with a brain implant. Not only will this give them a variety of advantages, but it's another safeguard against copying as well. Without the chip, they will either become uncontrollable or die. So, even if the genome is stolen, that won't be worth anything without the chip. That's genius. I know. Couldn't someone just hack or reverse engineer the chip and manufacture it themselves? I doubt it. They're intended to be sold in low technology areas. Even if they can reverse engineer the chip, they don't have the facilities to mass manufacture them. Otherwise, they'd just be using combat robots like everyone else. You want to modify their behavior with technology? Being dependent on a chip sounds dangerous. What if it fails? Don't worry about that. Lastly, there is the training. Training any living being, no matter if human or not, takes time and money. Not only do we have an automated training program, but we can also use the implant to accelerate this process. What about direct transference of knowledge into the creature's brains via the implant? That technology is still in its infancy. If we want to get this product out and into the market as soon as possible, we'll need a solution that works right now. Fair enough. It will give the user full control as well. The creatures will be able to learn from experience, but undesirable memories can be wiped easily. Sounds like you have it all figured out already. The company has been working on this project for a long time, and now it's up to us to make it reach its natural conclusion. And what would that be? Our product is the creature, the chip, and the training, all in one complete package. Take away just one of these three components and the product won't work as intended. We deliver them ready to be used in combat from the moment they arrive at the customer's doorstep. I still think we should wait before you rush into using animals that we hardly know anything about. Your opinion has been noted, Miss Otomo, but it won't carry much weight. Despite my objections, the experiments under Heinz Foreman went full steam ahead. Using the genetic material of many prehistoric reptiles, a variety of species were designed. We started our tests with the one that enjoyed the most combat-related improvements, measuring their viability and the effects of our safeguards. Soon, the first proto-dragons were born. One was to be raised as naturally as possible, another was going to receive the hormones for accelerated growth, while the third was to be trained via the automated learning program. The last one was to receive all of the safeguards at once. They were all identical clones. Caring for them was a task that ultimately fell on all of us, in addition to our usual duties. For now, the artificial domestication process on the genome made sure that they would already be controllable and obedient even without the implant or training. We were already being recognized as packmates and parents by them. While I knew about the added intelligence, I soon had to realize just how far they had gone. It was when the first of them started talking. At that moment, I knew that they would never be free, never be happy. They would only ever live a life of servitude or be used as weapons. They were given sapience, only to face a future of enslavement. I knew that the company would expertly maneuver around the legal system to make it possible. As I had worked my way up in the ranks within the company, I had become increasingly disillusioned by the many despicable acts and projects I witnessed. But now I was at a breaking point, ready to blow the whistle on everything I knew about them. While the experiments continued, they relied on me to repair the portal and return to our time, and I could only buy so much time while I figured out how to proceed. I knew that as soon as contact was reestablished, I wouldn't be able to stop the project anymore. It was then that I realized I had to do something. You'd think they wouldn't need to send someone to take care of this anymore. It should be all automated by now. True, we have a robot that can perform any kind of surgery, so they don't need to send a doctor anymore. Why not have a robot that can take care of other robots? Because I'd be the one to create that robot. And if I did, I'd be out of a job. By the way, I think the heater in my room is broken. Would you mind taking a look at it later? I could think of a few ways to turn up the heat. A tempting offer that I unfortunately will have to decline, Mr. Bordelon. I hate these early meetings. Anyone else want a cup of coffee? Miss Otomo, perhaps? You know I don't drink coffee. 3 cups then, just as usual. I don't know why they even gave us 4. Here you go. Why even coffee? It's not as if we couldn't just take a pill to get the same effect. It's not about the effect, Sybil. It's about the consuming of the coffee. Feeling it in your mouth, treating it the way you want it to, feeling it in your stomach, and just holding the warm mug. There's something completely different. It's a good experience. But then you wouldn't get this lovely taste, Miss Thomas. Can we just get this over with? Wait, is this implying that Izumi poisoned them through the coffee? I'm hurt. Of course. Who wants to present the results first? No one? Alright, I suppose it'll have to be me. Again. You know what? You should all be glad that everything is recorded and transcribed automatically now. In my days, we actually had to write these reports ourselves. Hail to our machine overlords. Pastor! Thank you for the host. I appreciate that a lot. So if anybody wants to see this deep, scaly lore, they can see it. Cat! Same. Can we just get this over with? Of course, Mr. Bordelon. Suddenly, Heinz started coughing. When his fit didn't stop after a few seconds, all of us stood up and Francois went over to him. Heinz keeled over, his eyes opening widely in an unfocused state. He stopped moving before a bit of foam started appearing at his mouth. Ah, yes, the telltale theatrics, tell of somebody being poisoned. They just keeled over and died. What happened? Oh, they're foaming at the mouth. They were poisoned. He needs his injector. There should be one in the drawer over there. Quickly, I went over to the drawer, grabbed something, and ran up to Sybil. That's not it, you stupid... Yo, I just fucking... Oh. Before she could finish her sentence, I drove the scalpel into her neck. She collapsed immediately as blood gushed out of the wound, staining the floor red. She screamed, and Francois turned around to see me, still holding the scalpel while the bleeding Sybil lay on the ground next to me. I attempted to stab him, but he grabbed my arm and wrestled the scalpel away from me, which fell to the floor with an audible clang. He then wrapped his hands around my neck and started to choke me. I fell over backwards, and he followed, his hands never leaving my neck in the process. He was now kneeling above me, and I found myself becoming weaker by the second. I made peace with the idea that I was going to die. I didn't know what would happen afterwards, to the dragons, to Earth, to everyone, but at least I could say that I tried. Hands choke me to death, passing out. When I came to, it was from the feeling of something dripping into my face before Francois was dragged away from me. Slowly, my vision returned. I looked up to see one of the dragons approach me before it started to lick my face with its blood-stained muzzle. Aww! Oh, that's one of the OG dragons. I like seeing that. Look at just fucking dead Heinz over there. Fucking dead Sybil. Fucking dead Francois. That's a wonderful, OG dragon. I like the symbols on it. The other designed species were made, and after making some... Everybody dead but the ones that matter. Ayo! After making some adjustments to the learning program, it taught them what I wanted them to know. I founded the first village, and they grew up quickly, knowing only me as their leader. By the time I left, they didn't even need me anymore. They had become completely self-sufficient. Nice. Why are you blonde? Oh, she probably just dyed her hair. So, in the end, you gave them even more than life. You gave them freedom. She sat on the ground, panting heavily. There should be a shovel over there. Take it and dig. Are you gonna make me dig up the bodies of your old companions? I did as she asked and began digging a hole in the area she indicated. I wondered what would await me when the shovel hit something hard, and I dug around it, unearthing a vaguely round shape. More shapes followed, and as I continued, I eventually realized that I was looking at a body. I lifted it out of its shallow grave before turning it over. Girls gotta eat, you're right, but also like, yikes. Show me that body? It was me. Why am I dead, Izumi? Why? How? You have to understand, there was no other way. Each time you traveled back in time, I had to kill you. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering. That makes sense. Duh, okay. But like, I didn't think it'd happen this way. Each time you traveled back in time, I had to kill you. Having multiple instances of you would have been troublesome. We only needed one of you. To tell me the truth, I suppose. One to go through the same scenario over and over again so that we could learn what to do differently. So, this is your graveyard then, full of other instances of me. Not just you, there are also others, and myself. Others? Yes. In some timelines, they sent someone else instead of you. She was not a nice person. Why did they send someone else? They told me I was the best candidate as I was going to offer my own PDA for the trade. Because in those timelines, you died before you ever had a chance to arrive here. Murdered for that very PDA you gave to the dragons. Oh. How many are there? How many did you bury? How many times have we done this now? Public displays of affection? Heck yeah. I hugged somebody and I got stabbed for it. I lost track a long time ago. How I wish I could forget it all. You only did what you had to. Hey, cat. Do you remember anything about the first time you came here? Let me think. She does have those kind of eyes. Yeah, she's just like distant, dead, like done with the world. You mean when I confronted Riza alone with that explosive I made from a generator? Then you don't. You only remember the newer timelines. I think it's better this way. I've killed you so many times, and sometimes you did the same to me. Or rather, a different me. You don't know what it was like when I still had to try and figure everything out. You only remember timelines I have sufficiently tampered with. What are you trying to tell me? The first few times, I was just watching you. I could see your intentions were pure and that you were filled with determination, but without my help, you always failed. Everything that happened, from all the murders to the conclusion in the lab, it was all necessary to arrive here. I also needed to show you what kind of person Riza was. You wouldn't have believed me otherwise. Could I have stopped him earlier and saved those he killed? I don't know. If I died before I could reveal myself to you, circumstances could have been unfixable. How many times do you think we tried before we had even the remote possibility to succeed? I know what you did. I've done it too, remember? If you didn't step up to the position back then, we probably still would have to figure out a few things. Sometimes I didn't quite know myself. Sometimes I didn't quite know myself why I had to do the things you told me to. If we didn't lure Maverick to the portal during my first day, the confrontation that sets off this whole chain of events wouldn't even happen. Your meeting with Riza had to be interrupted. Otherwise, he would have told you about his plan that night. And from the ensuing talk, there would have only been two options. Either you would have joined him to save humanity while leaving this world to die, or you would have opposed him, in which case he did not hesitate to shoot you then and there. We had to do a lot of things to make this happen, didn't we? All those other timelines just to succeed in this one. The others might have failed, but we still learned something from every little mistake we made. That's how we could arrive here. What will you do now? With the generator gone, we won't be able to stop the comet. Oh, dang! Maybe we won't need to. Maybe we don't need to. Oh, what are you talking about? Back home, there are plenty of empty buildings. If the dragons took their generators and technology with them, we could revive all the infrastructure. The hospitals, schools, everything. They could make humanity an offer they won't be able to refuse. You want to relocate them? Do you even have any idea how many dragons live here? Sure, they may have never settled on another continent, but we are still talking about millions here. Even if they won't accept them, they will have safe passage to set up a new city. I don't think it will come to that, though. We have plenty of dead infrastructure and room to fill. It could be the very first city of its kind, with dragons and humans living together. Besides, if we can't stop the comet, this is about as good as it's gonna get. I know you won't settle for anything less. If this is the only way, then I won't object to this outcome. The thought of humans and dragons living together is one that I think bears a lot of potential. Maybe from the ashes of both civilizations, something new and greater can be created. You don't realize the weight that's been on my shoulders from all the things I had to do to make this work. Now that we are here, I don't think I could continue this existence with these memories in my mind. Dude, are you gonna make me just fucking kill you and bury you with the rest of the bodies here? Now that we've saved them, I can... Please don't make me kill you. Please don't kill yourself in front of me either. I can finally rest. Maybe I have to apologize. You were right to want to save humanity too. When both me and Riza only cared for one civilization, you never settled for one. You wanted to save everyone. I guess I was so blinded by wanting to preserve my creation that I refused to see anything else. I'm glad you saw this through to the end. You never stopped believing. If it wasn't for you, I could have never done this. And now it's on you to make it work. A city of dragons and humans. I'll try to do my best. I believe you will. Then I can die happily, knowing that they will be safe and can look to a brighter future. No, you can't just die now. How am I supposed to do this without you? Don't be sad for me. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yay! She be bleeding, but she actually smiles, and her eyes look okay now. Besides, I'm sure you'll do a fine job. How can you be sure I will? Because if you don't, I will hold you responsible for what happens to them, through time and space if necessary. How can you make jokes at a time like this? You've only seen what I had to do, not what I wanted to do. If we met in a different time, a different place, things could have been very different. I have killed you so many times and put you through so much anguish to make this happen. I only long for your forgiveness and understanding, that you can look at what we have achieved now and tell me that it was worth it. It was. Thank you. She fucking dead! She closed her eyes as a single tear ran down her face. I moved to wipe it from her and could already feel the warmth draining from Azumi's body. She was dead. I wonder why her hair was specifically like the thing that changed color for her, because that was just kind of a interesting thing. Like, was it specifically to imply to the viewer that yes, she is a different kind of her? After being told of the comet and realizing that any of their attempts to stop or redirect it would fail without the lab's generator, I think it's the good ending. The Dragon's Council agreed with my course of action, as did humanity. While the repopulation of our city turned out very differently than humanity had initially hoped, all concerned were not against the possibility of the vast amounts of technology and generators the dragons would bring to revive it. Soon, the initiative to relocate the dragons through the portal okay. After a few weeks, we'd had done it, and as the last of the dragons from even the furthest regions had arrived at the other side, the time for me had come to walk through the portal for the very last time. I looked back to their village and saw all the abandoned buildings, doomed to be destroyed when the comet would hit soon. As I walked up to the platform, and waited for the portal to do its starting routine, I thought about what would happen now and what would come of this collaboration between humans and dragons. I was sure that there was a lot of work to be done, especially if I considered the state of the rest of the world, but maybe our city could be a bastion of Earth. Not as the last one remaining, but rather as the first of its kind, and from it, maybe we'd be able to grow and spread our influence. Maybe, together, we could rebuild. Oh. Oh. Huh? Ah. Hey! Pog! We did it! Probably. I'm pretty sure. Unless there's like a super best ending. Do I get to date my dragons for real this time? I haven't smooched everybody. I gotta smooch them dragons. Big bad evil looking sun. Wowie, that's a lot of points, Pasta. I don't know how long the rest of this stream is gonna be, so you might want to save them. Look at Riza, and he's a non-sprite. Hell yeah, boy. Ooh, I hope we get an epilogue. That'd be nice. She's a soaking wet dragon. Yes, she was. We did it! I'm pretty sure this seems very final. Wow, look at them! It's everybody's things! We did it! That's the good ending, the best ending! Thank you for having me, angels with scaly wings. Thank you! We got the true ending! We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah! Oh, we did it! Hell yeah, we did. But now what? Oh, does that mean that's it? That's all there is to see? Well, who knows? Either way, it might be a good idea to keep your save file. Wink wonk. You know, just to be sure. Maybe it'll come handy in the future. Oh, man. And now it's daytime. Hell yeah. They being sneaky beakies about their secret little baby content. Did I get anything else added to the gallery? Oh, I got Izumi. Ah, rip. F and chat for Izumi. She was so cool. I really like this pose of her. I don't know. I just like it. It's very contemplative. I know there's an empty spot and I don't know why. What have I done? What have I done that is wrong? And it's like right there. So it's something that I should have gotten beforehand, but I don't know what it could be. Either way, I'm thinking that since we finished the game, I think that might be it. We've only been streaming for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but we beat the game. That was very nice. It's a shame that Grant and Fox aren't here to see this because, like, hell yeah, boys. They were the ones that were super into it, and I'm glad that they enjoyed it. But that's okay, that's okay. I did, dabs, beat the game. Hell yeah. And so I'll probably end it. I've been thinking about art stream. I'll either do it maybe tomorrow or maybe Sunday morning. Either way, I'll let you know over Discord, Pasta. I know that you were super interested in that. So I'll be sure to let you know. I'll be sure to let you know, my friend. That was one of the shortest streams that I have done. But that's okay. Sometimes it be like that. I can't stream for 3 hours every time, you know? I guess that'll be it for me then. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Next week we'll have a, it do be like that sometimes, Next week we do be having a new game. I'll have to figure out what it is, but we'll figure that out. Bye, Pasta. It was very nice seeing you and talking to you. Thank you for everybody that showed up. It was very nice to see y'all. You guys have a good weekend. Love you guys. Thank you. Goodbye.